So he called him. But when he called him, he said, I'm not taking the artist right now, and thing, but and then he same pause a little bit and say, all right, make sure come and we go by in the studio I think the following day.
Welcome everybody to a new episode of this Reggae Music Show. Today's guest is Aza Lineage. Greetings and welcome, sister.
Check 1 3. Happy to be at,
Yes,
featured on this Reggae show. What you mean? On this day, you up yourself, Mama. Give thanks for the invite.
Yes, I am honored, one of your biggest fans.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Real rebel data.
Yeah, man. We need more queen like the eye, in the business, in the reggae music business. For real.
Hey.
Sure. So let's start a little conversation. And could you tell us, is Aza is your real name?
Yeah, I give it to myself and think it's not my mother didn't give it to me and think, but it is very much real.
Okay. Does it have a particular meaning?
When I researched it, I see that it means different things in different cultures and languages. In the Hebrew language, it translates to I and I.
Okay.
In Swahili, it translates to powerful, so we kind of take on to those meanings and energies.
True. And the lineage part, where that from?
Being a part of the lineage family and thing, who's the lineage family? I set a youth where identify them lineage, are still searching for them lineage, So yeah, that's where it comes in. It's like a child of, the lineage.
True. So tell us about Aza as a child.
Growing up in the inner city, I was sheltered by my family and thing, we grew inside of the house and thing. Only for cousins and neighbors used to come over and thing. Niceness. When we are youth, to pay attention to youthful things, play with the brethren them, and Mama say go to school and you go to your little church and thing,
True. Do you used to sing in church as well?
To be honest, no.
No.
I did not. Amongst my peers, I did in school and, when they come over to the house and things like that.
True. So what was your main interest growing up?
Just being a youth,
True.
Being a youth, At them time, as me say, you're a child, you think about youthful things. Not care, what may be happening in your surrounding. When you're a youth and thing, it's just special like that you have where you can easily overcome things and just still be joyful with your friends or whatever, So when I was young, those are the things that I pay attention to. As me say, I'm play and put my toe and all these things, But I went to school, I played with my friend and we climbed trees, Sometimes we thief and we go to the river, So that's youthful thing.
For real. So you say you're from Algostown?
Hermitage, yes.
Yeah, nice man. Algostown. Lots of big artists come from Algostown as well, right?
True, yeah. Itana and of course it's like a land. And long before that there was Bedwood,
Yeah, big sound.
And there's an athlete that come from here to name not come to mind now, but pick up yourself, even great works you're doing.
True, man. It's a quite powerful area, yes. Yeah, man. So what's before the music? What was there for you before the music? What were you doing?
Before music, I was an entertainment coordinator. I used to work in the hotel industry, in the country. So that took me away from Kinston for a while, So
you had
I was working at Breezy as an entertainment coordinator.
Okay, so like what were you doing? Like what was your main job like?
We were responsible for the entertainment, singing and dancing and just making sure that the visitors have a good time. It was a family hotel and things, so you know, have to make sure that the youth them have a good experience, and you know the works of the hotel industry.
Sure. So
It
you
was a
were
fun
dealing,
job, you know. It was me for a lot of things, you know,
you
that
were
is
dealing
useful
with
to me now.
tourists as
So
well. Tourists as well.
mhm.
Okay, okay.
Yes, and as well as a lot of locals come there too, you
Uh,
know, Wolipa Yadi, Wolipa Jamaican. So it was a balance. It was a good vibe.
okay, okay. So at what age you actually start to think, okay, you know what, maybe music is my thing?
Probably not too long ago, you know. As I said, growing up, you know, you have the talent and thing, and you will, you know, perform. I will perform for my friends and thing, and they will appreciate it. But it was never a desire of mine to say, you know, say me I got turn artist one day and thing. It wasn't until a couple of years ago and thing, you know, I moved back to Kingston. I told you that the job took me away to the country.
Yeah,
So I moved back to Kingston now, and my friends, the Lineage family, we grew up in the same community. You know, the set of youth, as I said, they know of the talent and them say, yo, my girl at time now, you know, they encourage me to say, yo, just go forward, you know.
so how they heard
I was
you
always writing
performance?
those.
Like how did they know about you? How did they know about your talent? Or were you just busting a tune here and there, sometime vibing? What were you doing?
We grew up in the same community. So,
Yeah,
you know, more while we will exchange vibes and them things. So they knew of it, you know, when you're youth, you know, all your friend them strong points and things. So as I said, they knew of that from our youth days, you know.
true, true.
So now
So,
that I was back in Kingston, they encouraged me to just go forward with it.
so it's there where you kind of came across like the whole Rastafari way of,
Mm.
or that was,
I came across that on my own, and you know, I started growing my locks as a self-purge, like getting rid of certain unnecessary vanity. I used to process my hair and wear like extension and thing. No discrimination to anyone who likes that. People like what they like. But I'm telling you about myself, you
of
know.
course.
Yeah, so that came first. It was really an elimination of certain unnecessary vanities out of my life. So that was one, yeah. So I cut my hair and started to grow it naturally, and then it grew into locks, you know, twist up and thing. In terms of Rastafari, the energy, of course, the influence is there in the music that I listen, you know, sometimes from hearing other elders reason and thing. And of course, from research, from, you know, past, you know, you see what the elder them used to do, you know, when they were young and strong like me and thing. When I know officer that come in, it just come in, you know.
Yeah, of
If you did
course, of
ask me
course.
if that is something that I wanted to do that couple years ago, that say no, probably not in a discriminatory way, but I never saw myself, you know. But it's
It's
a
been
journey.
like a natural process on the way.
So as to put everything into a nutshell now. So when I started growing the natural hair, you know, getting rid of things that I didn't need. Other things came forward, and that was one of them.
True, 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 true. Yeah, man. Give thanks. Do you write your lyrics or you get lyrics from other people, producer as well?
I do write my lyrics.
Okay.
I do.
So yeah, you're more like pen and paper type of artist or like more a
Yes, I am.
freestyle.
Yes, I am. Even before, you know, singing and thing, one way I used to express myself is by writing. I love to write and thing.
True, man. So who is your biggest inspiration? You must have somebody who inspire you in your style or you think you're like quite unique.
The whole Jamaican culture, I think, especially the foundation, you know,
Sure.
paired with the new sound, because growing up, I listened to like hip hop, R&B, dancehall and thing. And of course, my grandmother was a revival, so you know, drumming and them thing, they always is always in the house. So well, a different sound, but me that said the main thing that influenced my sound is the true authentic dancehall reggae,
Like
the culture itself, you know, like you know
true.
the melting pot, you know, 15 different ingredients to make the pot taste good. So we can't single out one person and say, oh, it's this person. Because there are several persons when we sit down sometimes for hours and just watching and it's just so inspired and
Sure, it was like a choice to like say, okay, let's see if I can explain myself. When I see you, maybe the way you dress and everything kind of remind me the old school, like 70s look kind of. It was something that you you wanted to bring forward in your style, something that you studied or.
Naturally, that is just my style still. I was looking back on some photos of myself when I was much smaller. And in most of the photos, I'm sporting a t-shirt, a jeans, and a sneakers, So I like to dress comfortable. That's my style.
True. I
And of
agree.
course, growing older and, the girly side come in and things. So you start putting that little strong feminine energy in there. It's just a mixture of both, I like to dress comfortable, but I also like to feel feminine.
True. You do anyway.
Thank you.
What I wanted to ask, do you have children?
I have one child, yes.
Is it a boy or girl?
She's a girl.
Oh, so what she think of mommy career?
She likes it, she's into her thing, even though she will come and give her input when she's ready and think, how honest children can be sometimes.
Oh, definitely.
She's into it, but she's also into her own thing, which is good also.
Of course. So
Yeah,
in
man.
terms of
But,
your music, which one was your first song, the first song that you recorded?
First thing I recorded. Wow. All right, the first time I ever recorded a song, I was 16. It was a dub plate. I would just taking it back a little bit. It was long before I decided that I wanted to be, that I pursue singing. I was 16. I did a dub plate. After that, I never did anything for years. And then, wow. To be honest, I can't remember. To be very honest,
It's all right. It's all right. So
yes, wow.
it's all right. It might come back
Not
to you.
coming to mind now,
Sure.
just being honest.
Obviously, you had a huge collaboration with King Jammy, right? That's like must have been an honor. How that came about?
Yes, it was an honor, still is, and thanks for that connection. One of my brethren is another member of the Lineage family and things. Smiles, big up yourself. You must say, say after foundation someday, you need to make it would be a good idea for us to go check a foundation producer, So he asked around and he got a contact for Jammys. So he called him. But when he called him, he said, when I take the artist right now, and thing, but and then he same pause a little bit and say, all right, make sure come and we go by in the studio I think the following day or the day after, 2 days after. That's the audition outside it's like in the older days.
Old school.
You can say.
Still old school.
So that's the song I auditioned with, and I ended up recording the song the same day and things. So
True.
Big up yourself, King Jam.
You had another tune, the collaboration with you and the feature with Dennis Brown, right? That is another big one too. Yes. I heard the song that you had on this massive, I would say, project between Kinston and Havana. Was it? Am I right? So
yes, Havana meet Kinston with Jake
yeah.
Savannah.
How did you get involved in that project?
I think this is one of the, going back to the question that you had asked earlier, this is one of the first songs that I recorded. It was in 2017. I was at a weekly event. There was a weekly event being held in Kingston called Dub School. It was being held at 10.5 First Avenue, So I was there and Jake was there. I didn't know him at the time or anything. Birdseye was there, like plenty other females that were so promising was there also, So he saw me and he invited me, if I wanted to be a part of the project. And I said, okay.
Cool.
He also invited my other brethren who also have a track on the album as well, France Nooks, you know, pick up yourself. And Bird's Eye also, you know, so he asked us, he invited us to come together and be a part of the project. We didn't know about like the magnitude of the project until we were actually there recording the song. He was giving us a rundown of what he wanted to do, you know, and what he envisioned the outcome to be. So big up yourself, Jake Savannah. I guess he was scouting at the time.
Yeah, well, he had a good year.
Big up.
True. So I think it was a couple of years ago you came to Europe for like it was a kind of tour, no? In Europe.
Promotional tour in 2019.
Sure. So what can you tell us about
You
that?
hearing me?
Yes, I hear you. We were a little bit stuck. Well, you're back now. How was that experience, the European experience?
To be able to go out there and hear your music live was a good experience, you know, and to see the reception from the people towards the music was very good as well. And of course, at the time when I just came, Rhythm Magazine had given me the opportunity to be on their cover, which had make, you know, I was more recognizable to people and things. So it was a good experience. Give thanks for that, you know, shout out to all of the people that made it possible and things, you know. See you soon again, hopefully when the gates fly.
Yeah, man, can't wait, you know, can't wait. So
yes,
where have you been? It was mainly Germany, or have you touched other countries?
It was mainly Germany. We did 2 shows in Switzerland, with one with OBF and an ex-brethren, you know, but it was mainly in Germany.
Okay. Sure. So that was your first time you performed with a live band, or not?
No, I perform with live band here in Jamaica and thing when we're there and we are practice with whatever the event might be.
Do you have a preference, like performing with a sound system or with a live band? Any different to you, or you feel any vibes different?
To be honest, I really appreciate both aspects of the music. Me just have a, you know, I really do appreciate both aspects. But so the sound system, it brings forth like a wittiness, and you know, you have to up there and you have to ready, and you know, so I guess it's the same energy for both of them, you know, but there's just a theatrical thing about the sound system. I love, you know, it bring out something in it, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, man. One major mackerel, look on the sounds them and thing when come out with and things. So just them genius effect they might have, you know. But I respect and appreciate both aspects. I love live performance with a band and also for the songs.
Sure. In terms of your lyrics, how you, I mean, what keep your lyrics conscious?
Come again?
Your lyrics are always conscious, right? You're never really astray from that concept of consciousness. How you keep it like that?
The consciousness line may be varied from people to people and thing, you know, it's just experiences to put in the music from my heart to yours. Yeah, that is my teacher now, experience, you know, a great teacher.
True.
So that is really what I put in the music, even if the experience is not too pleasant. You know, the old time people will say in every bad there's a good, you know. So
true. Do you have any official album out there at the moment?
Out there at the moment, no.
You have an EP though.
Yes. When we were just coming out and thing, you know, there was a promotional EP out there. And there's also a mixtape out there and thing. True. You know, so you can check it out.
Yeah, man. checked it all out already.
Thanks, Mama.
Yes, sir. Um, I actually, personally, I have to thank you because I really love the work you do, and as a Rasta woman, I really appreciate your consciousness and your keeping it clean. As I say, we need more artists like you who doesn't really, go astray through maybe, money or any other things, fames, and I really, really appreciate it. You're a good example out there, for real. Give thanks.
Respect, Queen, and give thanks for
No,
sharing your platform with me and
no,
things. So I'm
anytime,
grateful. Thank you.
anytime. One more question. I would say, do you find any similarity with like the audience in Jamaica and the audience in Europe when they're receiving like the vibes that they share, or you think it's completely different than the vibe?
People are lovers of music all over, and the vibes are two different places, never ever be the same. But both vibes is appreciated.
Of course, man.
Yeah, man.
Do you have any songs that you like to perform live? Like you feel like, yes, that song is lit. I know that people gonna react. Like,
I love perform sound system live and also Rebel Data and Rebel Data because from, it's like a representation of all Rebel Data across creation and things. So every time I sing that song, I feel a certain type of energy. Even on the Friday live, it's that I am every woman kind of vibe, you kind of feel.
Yes, you do. You
So
do
yeah,
have
I love
you do have your little live every Friday, right? So where people can catch up on the Aza Lineage works and just all a vibe with you, I guess. It's actually very nice. I've been there few Friday now, and I really enjoy the vibe. Yes.
And I appreciate you coming, of course.
Of
Each
course.
and every Friday we go live to say thank you.
Yes. So any future project that we can look for?
Yes, we have been the compiled work is coming, not saying too much, but we're putting in the work and it's soon come.
Soon come.
I'll make sure
How
keep you
soon? How
updated on
soon?
everything.
Sure, of course. How soon?
Soon.
Soon. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yes.
Very soon.
I'm going to ask you a couple of questions that it has nothing to do with the music, but I'm asking everyone so we can feel like we know you a little bit better.
Okay.
Sure. What wanted you to be when you were a child?
Successful.
Okay, that's
I always say that anything that when you get anything from me, I'm after successful in it. So was the mind was broad, I never narrow it down to only one thing, but whatever it was, I tell myself at the time, it will be successful.
That's a great meditation, man. Yes, for real. So what's your favorite food, Aza?
Favorite food? Yeah. Wow, I'm not really a foodist still. Yeah, I have my time. Sometimes I do love food, and the next time your body feels like some different things.
Yes.
Favorite thing to eat right now. We have a mad recipe for split peas burger when we're making on.
So,
with some honey and cayenne pepper sauce.
Nice with it like in sandwich style or
sandwich style, regular spoon bread slices.
Delicioso. For real. And what's your favorite hobby apart from music?
I love to cook. I love to cook. It's like second nature. It's the other area that I'm very creative in the cooking.
Yeah. Would you like to give us a little sample of what you do for our listener and for myself?
Of course. This is Aza Lineage representing for this year reggae show. Yeah, hear me? We only surrender to the sound system. Positive vibes, we sure it a bring. Check 1 3. This is Aza Lineage representing for the one and only this year reggae show. Yeah, hear me? To all of the listeners, tune in, keep it locked in. Bless up yourself, mama. Enough love.
Yeah,
Mwah.
man. Give thanks, you know, for real. It was an honor. So
That's it.
we wish you all the best for your career. And one last thing, if you can tell our audience where they can find you on the socials. So
All right, on the social media and all the social media platforms, it's Aza Lineage, AZALINEAGE. So if it's Facebook or Instagram, I have an account for Twitter, but I'm not too active. Yeah, so it's Aza Lineage.
Aza Lineage. Yes,
Yes.
yeah, man. Give thanks, man. Great honor to have you on the show. For real.
Thank you.
Yes, blessings.
Respect mama and guidance. Yes, sir.